Buddy, you're a team on the rise, sharing knowledge every day, preserving wisdom in the cloud, never letting it fade away. You got insights on your mind, big plans for the crew. Sensay's gonna capture it all someday. We will, Sensay you. We will, Sensay you. Buddy, you're a new high, feeling lost, asking questions in the hall. Chatbot's got the answers now, lifting you up tall. You got handovers in your hand, fast ramp up coming through. Sensay's gonna empower you someday. We will, Sensay you. We will, Sensay you. We will, Sensay you. We will, Sensay you. Feel the peace, the joy, the fall. One more loss, just growth, we know. Buddy, you're a leader, saving costs, boosting efficiency high. Knowledge base is locked and secure under the endless sky. You got the world in your grasp, the emotions running true. Sensei's adding value all someday. We
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. I am Dan Thompson, the CEO of Sensay. I'm genuinely excited to share what we've been building and where we are headed with you today. For those who are new to Sensay, Sensay creates an offboarding experience for employees who are leaving or leaving a company or transitioning through different job roles. This enables the companies to retain that tacit knowledge that is often lost when these employees move around in a way that hasn't been possible before. The use cases for this are usually for large corporations who would like to have help with the offboarding experience, who have too many people leaving, transitioning, as a simple way using AI to actually capture and pass on that knowledge, which is extremely valuable to the company. The average cost to Fortune 500 companies over the last few years has been around $30 billion annually as a cost. We can solve this for around $500 per knowledge base per year. And so it scales up massively depending on the company and the client we're looking for. The past few months have been transformative for Sensay. Since our launch of this new product in November, we have moved from concept to reality, onboarding real customers. Into the Web3 ecosystem too. Let me start with the core business, the knowledge transfer platform that Sensay is now built on, which you can view at sensay.io. Since launching in November, we've successfully onboarded our first wave of paying customers. These are organizations, big and small, that understand the critical problem that we're solving. When a valuable employee leaves, they do not just take their job title with them. They take years of institutional knowledge, relationships, and expertise that often disappears overnight. Our customers are already seeing the value. They're using Sensay to capture departing employees' expertise through our guided interview process and transforming that knowledge into interactive chatbots that their team can access directly through Slack and Microsoft Teams. This is done through our assistant Sophia, our AI assistant Sophia, who guides employees through the process, guides the actual creation of accounts for companies, and helps interview with live voice-to-voice interviews that feel effortless. They feel so easy to interact with. We've made significant improvements to the interview experience itself. Our AI-driven conversations with Sophia are now smarter, more contextual, and better extracting the tacit knowledge that employees often do not realize they possess. We refined the question flow to feel more natural, reducing the friction in the capture process, and improve how we actually synthesize multiple sessions into coherent knowledge bases. This means that employees who are leaving are interviewed by Sophia in a way that feels personal to them. They're actually getting asked the relevant questions that they would want to answer. They are uh, they're getting asked questions as if it was someone who interviewing them from their own job, rather than someone who doesn't really understand what they do, like an HR manager or someone who's indirectly related to what their job. And the feedback we've been getting from both HR administrators and the departing employees themselves has been hugely positive. People actually enjoy the process. It feels less like an exit formality and more like creating a meaningful legacy of their contributions. And with that, we can actually enable the creation of a summary that the employees who are leaving, can actually also use um, in their next employment, or for their own personal profiles. We're also seeing a lot of requests for contemporary knowledge transfer as well. So people who aren't necessarily leaving, but actually staying within the companies. This contemporary knowledge transfer means that anyone who's still working at a company and wants almost like a second brain for themselves, something to bounce ideas off, or contribute to their own work, can do so. And we see big future technology of this. Everyone in the last week has seen Claude bots on this AI that can essentially connect to your own personal information, and for the first time really feel like we've got to a state of some kind of AGI where it can actually do things for you and almost work independently. So what we see is that personalized knowledge that we can capture, that tacit knowledge and experience and understanding, combined with this future AI technology that really has the opportunity to do things for you in a way that actually works for you and actually has use for you. We've also launched our analytics dashboard, giving customers full visibility into how their knowledge bases are being used. They can see engagement metrics, track which topics are being queried most frequently, and identify the knowledge gaps, measuring the real impact of knowledge retention on their operations. Most importantly, we've enabled the chat with the knowledge base functionality. This means that customers now have direct access to all the captured expertise through a nice conversational interface, similar to our replica technology before. New hires can ask questions and get instant answers from the accumulated wisdom of former team members. Managers can quickly reference the specific processes and decisions, and the knowledge is no longer locked in documents that no one reads. It's alive, accessible, and actually being used. Let me be direct about the problems we are solving here. Every company faces the same challenges. Knowledge walks out the door when employees leave. Onboarding takes months because new hires can't access what their predecessors knew. Critical processes live only in the heads of a few people, creating single points of failure. Documentation is outdated the moment it is written. Sensay addresses all of this. We make knowledge capture effortless through conversational AI. We make that knowledge instantly accessible through natural language queries, and we do it within the tools the teams already use every day. No new software to learn, no change management headaches, just knowledge preserved and accessible. Looking ahead, we have a strong development pipeline. First, we're building integrations with major HR technology platforms and different marketplaces. This will allow companies to discover and deploy Sensay directly within the ecosystems they already operate in, dramatically reducing operational friction and opening significant distribution channels for us. Secondly, we're continuing improving the interview experience. Each iteration gets smarter at understanding context, asking the right follow-up questions, digging into the niche, and extracting deeper insights. We're also developing incentive mechanisms to encourage employees to complete the knowledge transfer process. Because let's be honest, even with the best intentions, people are busy, and sometimes they need that extra motivation to prioritize knowledge sharing before they leave. Now, let me shift to the Web3 side of the business, which I know many of you are particularly interested in. Our Sensay token creates powerful new possibilities for how we think about knowledge transfer and employee participation. The token will be able to be used to facilitate initiatives and reward employees who are actively participating in knowledge capture. Imagine a world where completing your knowledge transfer session earns you tokens that have real value. It aligns incentives perfectly. The company can buy the tokens and allocate the amount of tokens they want for a particular set of knowledge. The company gets that in exchange gets the preserved knowledge sent back to them, and the employee gets rewarded for their contribution. Everyone wins. Even more compelling, we can enable former employees to actually continue to contribute and be rewarded through crypto. Say someone leaves your company but later has insights to add, or you want to ask them to clarify something. Through the token economics, they can actually be compensated for ongoing contributions without the friction of traditional payment systems or employment contracts. It's borderless, instant, and creates ongoing relationship between organizations and alumni networks. I want to acknowledge directly that the market has been challenging for many projects in the Web3 space over the last couple of years. We've seen significant turbulence driven by broader macroeconomic factors, including concerns around dollar devaluation and a notable shift of investor capital towards traditional safe havens like precious metals. This is the reality of the environment we're all operating in right now. However, I am pleased to report that comparatively, Sensay has been performing quite well. We've remained focused on building real utility, serving real customers, and creating genuine value. In turbulent markets, projects with actual use cases and revenue are the ones that survive and ultimately thrive. And that is exactly what we are focusing on and building today. And now, I want to tease something significant. We've been working behind the scenes on a massive development in the Web3 space. Soon, we'll be announcing a launch on a new network that will fundamentally expand how our community can participate in Sensay's operations and future success. This launch will enable validators, miners, and token holders to all actively participate in and benefit from Sensay's ecosystem. We're talking about real decentralization, real participation, and real alignment between the platform and its community. I can't share all the details yet, but I promise you this is worth watching. Stay tuned for the future announcement. We'll have an update as soon as we can. In closing, I want to thank all of you, our customers who trusted us to solve their critical problem, our token holders who believe in our vision, our team who works tirelessly to make this all possible for you, and a community who continues to support and champion what we're building. Sensay is not just building a product, we're building a new paradigm for how organizations capture, preserve, and access the most valuable asset, human knowledge. And we're doing it at the intersection of AI and Web3 in a way that creates real value for everyone involved. Thank you for your continued belief in Sensay. The best for us is truly yet to come. Now, we can't see any questions coming up today. I don't know if that's a bit of an issue, but we've had a few questions from the community coming through earlier today. So I will have to address all those. Not entirely sure why we can't see the questions, or maybe we can. So let me just start by answering some of the questions that we had submitted earlier. So the first question, Sensay already has strong AI tech and a clear product vision with digital replicas and enterprise AI agents. I'm curious if you're considering expanding token utility tied directly to the platform usage and revenue, not just access and staking. Okay, so this question kind of comes around the utility, and I think I've talked a little bit about that already today. The plan is to focus on actually building the foundations of the business first, actually, and ensure that we have a business model that works and scales, and then work to integrate the token into that afterwards. If we're trying to force token in too early, it will be problematic, just because we won't be able to, really be able to actually enact any true value creation for the token or token holders there. So we've got two things coming up. One is this new network that I was talking about, which is very exciting, but more detail than that to come soon. But also plans to actually integrate the token into the ecosystem as a whole. So let's say a large company, we'll just say Coca-Cola for now. Let's say Coca-Cola came on, they wanted the knowledge transfer system that we are working with. But they have thousands of employees transitioning every year, and they find that some of the employees, especially more senior knowledge workers, have reservations around actually wanting to complete the knowledge transfer. So there's a few different ways that this can be incentivized. It could be contractually, it could be in their contract to actually complete knowledge transfer should they be moved or should they leave as part of an offboarding process. They could also have it as part of a reward system. Now that could be something as simple as like a physical object. It could be something like an iPad, a computer. It could be an iPhone for completing it. It could be whatever it might be that incentivizes someone physically. It could be a cash bonus. or it could just be through a token incentive. So what the company could do is they could buy up through us a certain amount of Sensay tokens, which would then be distributed to the employees as and when they actually complete the process. This incentivizes people to use the platform, complete the actual training of the knowledge bases, and to a high quality level, because then it will be authorized by the company to distribute the rewards, which increases usage, it increases the actual quality and quantity of the data that's actually kept for the company and passed back, and also enables a new range of Sensay token holders and users into the market. The other way is actually through this extended version of that. Let's say someone's already left, and you realize, Bob had some information that we didn't have, but Bob doesn't want to give that information without being paid for it. And that's this happens a lot of the time. People get called up about their previous job. They get asked questions about where they used to work and things they used to be working on. And usually there's no real incentive for that. Usually, you might come back as a freelancer or be paid as a contractor for a short amount of time to give that. And usually that comes at quite a huge expense to the company. But what if there was a simple request for that knowledge that could be sent out, that could update the knowledge base, and then that gets updated live going forward? And we think that the Sensay token facilitates some of the payments for that as well. So that's where we're tying in the token utility directly into the platform for the future. Aside from that, the plans really are for a certain portion of revenues to be attributed to buying back the token, and for burn or for marketing purposes. Nicely, I think this person went on to submit a few additional questions as well. Or they actually sent some ideas. So they sent an idea for an AI replica marketplace. So users or companies could sell, license, or rent AI replicas, expert consultants, support agents, all payments to Sensay, with Sensay taking a fee. Yeah, that works. We can see Sensay-based subscription tiers. So instead of only fiat SaaS pricing, we could offer AI agent subscriptions paid in Sensay tokens, which enable more features and a bit of a discount. And then at the same time, suggesting that we could burn a bit of the token or having it locked directly into liquidity platform. Yeah, all of these are solid ideas, but again, we have the plans for the core functionality, and some of these can actually be added in on top. And it's always great. It's always great when actually people come forward with some suggestions from the community for how we can actually implement the token better and use the token inside the ecosystem. We do have current plans, but these are always good, because even in this, there's a couple of great ideas that we can actually look at implementing. And another question. So many community members ask this often: would it be possible to set up a Twitter or raiding or ambassador group that actively promotes Sensay ticker? On crypto, Twitter ticker visibility is extremely important for exposure. Yeah, I think this is definitely possible. So I will reach out to you guys. We'll put something in the Telegram group. If you aren't already in our Telegram group, it's just t.me/@ask Sensay. So that's @askSensay is the handle. And if you join the Telegram group, we'll be able to pretty much on all channels as well on Twitter. You can also find me on all channels in the same way, @SensayDan. Okay, so another question from Tomasz. Will there be any token utility? Okay, so it's the same kind of question. So yeah, guys, I don't think we have too many other questions. Unfortunately, we seem to have had some technical difficulties today, which means we don't have the usual questions coming through as per usual. So what we'll probably do is set up a community call again in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully everything will be working nicely at that point, and we should be able to invite a few questions coming through when they do. So I guess for today, that will be the community call AMA. We'll set up another, like I said, we'll set up another call in a couple of weeks to make sure that everything's working and people's questions can get answered if they're coming through. We haven't been able to see any come through today, which is strange. There must be something wrong on the technical side. So as soon as we do, we'll let you know. But hopefully that update gives you enough update. So for wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Buddy, you're a team on the rise, sharing knowledge every day, preserving wisdom in the cloud, never letting it fade away. You got insights on your mind, big plans for the crew. Sensei's gonna capture it all someday. We will, Sensei you. We will, Sensei you. Buddy, you're a new high, feeling lost, asking questions in the hall. Chatbot's got the answers now, lifting you up tall. You got handovers in your hand, fast ramp up coming through. Sensei's gonna empower you someday. We will, Sensei you. We will, Sensei you. We will, Sensei you. We will, Sensei you. Feel the peace, the joy, the fall. One more loss just grows, we know. Buddy, you're a leader, saving costs, boosting efficiency high. Knowledge base is locked and secure under the endless sky.